All right, we finally come back to our last section, part 8. We've talked about the different spaces of theater: proscenium, thrust, arena, blackboard. We've talked about different places of theater: professional theater, which is Broadway, off-Broadway, off-Broadway, regional theaters, tours, dinner theaters, and now finally we go to amateur theater. So typically these are parts of theater where they don't get paid, which denotes professional theater. You get paid. So types of amateur theater are educational theater. So U.S. colleges and universities, such as Sam Houston State, we don't pay our actors to be in any of the shows. There's graduate programs. I went to NYU Graduate Acting in New York City. There, I didn't get paid to be in shows, certainly. I paid to be in them. It's a form of amateur theater. The goal is to educate students in their theater's literature, history, and theory, as well as training the different disciplines of theater. More than 2,000 programs. Think of every university you can think of. They typically have a theater program and do productions. More than 10,000 productions per year. Largest source for jobs in theater in the US. So people like me, who are actors and directors and producers, but also teach, it employs a lot of different people. There are all the different professors, all the directors, all the people in the tech staff that build the sets, do the costumes, teach all those different disciplines as well. So it's a very big employer for theater artists. We also have community theaters. Maybe you've been a part of those before. Maybe you've seen a show there. This is an introduction for a lot of people for the first time. What they see are either in their school, a high school, let's say, in their musical, or at a community theater. Almost always non-for-profit entities. They're in every city, a lot of cities throughout the country, and little towns as well. May produce in schools, churches, or auditoriums. Wherever they can find a space to produce is where they'll do it. And the quality varies greatly. Some pay very rarely. Mostly are volunteer. Some have sets, depending on what their budget is. They fill an important role of introducing new audiences to theater and keeping it part of the culture. And is, like I said, the first theatrical experience for a lot of people. And finally, we have children's theater. Both professional and amateur companies can do children's theater, but typically it's going to be amateur. Aims to produce plays with special appeal to young audiences. Usually consists of stories written especially for children, popular stories of fairy tales, myths, and legends, and introduces many people to the art of theater. Not a lot of theater classes in elementary school, but what you will find are companies that come through or tour or do theater in the schools for children, and that's typically amateur theater as well. That's it for this unit. Watch the video below for one last question on your quiz.